everyone, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome to the Vibetribe family. It is Spiritual Sunday, and today we are going to be talking about, well, I did a vote. I put a vote up in the community tab, and you guys voted. This is what you wanted to hear about. So we're going to chat about how to tell if you're a witch. I'm just going to say there's really no telltale sign, but I will explain that in the video. So why don't we just get into it? If you're not already subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you stick around by joining the Vibetribe family and hitting that little red subscribe button. If you liked today's video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, as it does let me know I'm on the right track for creating content. If you don't like it, that's fine. Thanks for the watch time. Make sure you give me that big old thumbs down. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, as it does let you know when my videos upload. And right now it's kind of squirrely all over the place. Alright, you guys, let's give many, many blessings. Hashtag Vibetribe.
Hey everyone, how's it going? How's your Sunday so far? Sherry here, aka Diamond Dart Addiction. Please don't mind my voice. I've been battling a really nasty cold over the weekend. That's kind of where I've been. I'm going to give you guys some updates, and then we're going to get into Spiritual Sunday. So I know a lot of you have been messaging me and so on and so forth. Please know I'm okay. When I get sick or I've got a lot of shit going on, I kind of disappear. It's just what I do. I'm very introverted. You know, I'm not dying. I'm sure if something had happened to me, Sister Dawn would let you guys know. She is she is the no person when it comes to me. So if there is something that if you're really, really worried about me, you can message Sister Dawn. Whether she messages you back or not, she's not on Facebook that much. So I have been sick with a really bad cold. And due to my immune system, when I get sick, and I go down for days. So I do apologize for not getting back to anybody, but this is kind of what I do. When I'm sick, I disappear. As you can see, I am working on my squirrel painting with Brother Jeremy. I'm hoping to get this done by September 23rd. So that's why I'm kind of working and plunking away at it. So I think that was really the only update I had to give, was just kind of explain where I've been over the weekend, because I know a lot of you have been messaging me, emailing me. So I really appreciate it. I really appreciate your guys' concern. But yeah, just know when I've got a lot going on or I'm not feeling well, I just disappear. It's kind of what I do. You know, and as if you got questions, you could message Sister Dawn. She always kind of knows what's going on with me. I do apologize if you went live this weekend and I missed it. I was sleeping, because me and NyQuil, we've been good friends. Let me tell you, me and Mr. NyQuil, we got close over the last couple days. We got real close. So I put a vote up, or I asked you guys on my community page, like now that I've got 1,000 subscribers, I have that fun tab called Community. And that's where I can post, you know, I can do updates, I can do polls, I can add photos. So yesterday I asked you guys what you would like for topic today. You know, so you kind of have a little bit of a say on what I'm going to discuss. And last time I checked, 60% of you wanted how to know you're a witch. So you ask, I shall answer. So grab a diamond paint, grab your current, whatever craft you're working on, sit down and let's talk. Let's have a discussion here. There is no real telltale. Oh, well, look what I just did. I'm going to push that out of the way there. There is no real way to say, like, yep, you're a witch. You know, like, I know back in the days, they would look for the special mark. Like, basically, if a woman had a mole, she was classified as a witch. Well, we all have moles somewhere now, don't we? You know, some people say, like, on my hand, I have a W, right? So I've gone to palm readers, and she's like, you're a witch, aren't you? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, how do you know that? She's like, you got a W. I'm like, well, a lot of people got a W. She goes, but yours is very prominent. I'm like, okay. And actually, that palm reader that I went to was really good. nailed a lot of things right when it came to me and Mr. Addiction. She actually said, you and your partner are going to have a break, but when you get back together, you'll be good to go. That actually happened, you guys. Like, there was a separation between me and Mr. Addiction there for a while. We got our shit worked out, and now it's good again. Like, we've been back together for years. It wasn't a long separation. We just had some growing up we needed to do. So, how to me, like I said, there is no real telltale sign, except it's a calling. It's a calling, you guys. You feel this yearning. I'll be back in a second, folks. And I'm back. Mr. Addiction was here. Of course, the moment I start filming, they got to come in, right? Yep, no. Just waiting for the sun to now come in. So as I was saying before, it's a calling, you guys. Like, to know there is no telltale sign that's going to tell you that you're a witch. It's something that's inside is a pull, and you're not quite sure. Like, you may go to church and it doesn't quite feel right to you. Like, you like it, you like the way it be, okay. When you're spiritual and you're spiritual to your very core of your being, it makes you feel good. You feel whole. I know when I was making my mistakes in life, we'll call it, because I've had some times where I've made some bad choices, bad decisions. We all do. We learn, we grow, we move on. Well, I've made some bad choices. And when I was making my bad choices, I wasn't very spiritual. And it felt like a part of me was missing. And when a part of you you feel missing, you're going to do everything possible to try and fill that void. It's a soul thing. Like, it doesn't matter what faith or path that you follow. If that spirituality, whether it's Catholic, Buddhism, Druid, witch, Pentecostal, Christian, whatever, if it makes you feel whole and complete and you feel good with it, then you've found the right path, and my cats are being jerks. Go figure, right? Go figure. See, I did this I did this checker pattern last night, so it'd be easy to fill in while I was filming. When you are not whole or complete at your center, which is your soul, when you're not complete and you're not, you feel like a part of you is missing. And you're going to do everything possible to try to fill that void. And that's basically what I did when I was an addict. I was trying to fill the void. I knew I was a witch, but I had a lot of trials and tribulations that I've gone through. And again, I was wanting to fill that abyss of a void. When I really deep down, I knew all I needed to do was I just needed to reconnect with the universe again, and the void would be okay. It would go. So to know that you're a witch, when you start reading books on witchcraft, when you hear someone who is a witch speak, and what they say is resonating with you, then you might be on that path. Now, whether it's traditional witchcraft, Wicca, could be Druid, you could be a child of the earth, as we call it, right? Pagan. We follow the cycles of the earth, the moon, so on and so forth. So if you have that void, and you're trying to fill that void, whether you're filling it with going to a church, but what they're preaching makes no sense to you, and you're like, no, that doesn't sound right. Like, you love the way you feel when you leave church because it's a very spiritual place, right? Like, I've been to church many of times. I've gone with friends, who have asked me to go with them, and I'm like, okay, I'll go. I'll tell you right now, my soul don't need saving. And that's the one thing that really frustrates me is my soul does not need saving. You don't need to pray for my soul. My soul is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. And that's the thing that will frustrate me more than anything is when people try telling me what's best for me. I know what's best for me. If you know what I mean, guys, if you know what I mean. I mean, it's, like there is no, now, okay, so I am a soul keeper. I am a very old soul. So can I look at somebody and be like, yep, I know that there's a soul of a witch in there? Yes, I can. But it's not my place to tell them. It's whether they heed the call. The universe will call on you. Some of us find out earlier in life than others. And that doesn't mean anyone is better than anyone else. It just means the soul might be a little bit older than other souls. And I will never ever act holier than thou. That is not who I am, nor will it ever be. I've been on my path for 25 years. I've had mentors. I've had people that I've worked with who have been on their path longer because they've been on this earth longer. I've learned white magic. I've learned black magic. Now, I know, right? Sherry knows how to practice black magic. Yes, I do. Do you want to know why? Because how can you practice one if you don't know the other? It's like yin and yang, you guys. You have to know and understand both sides to work one side. Like you have to know it, understand it, respect it. Will I ever work dark magic? Oh no, I will never, ever, ever work that because whatever you cast out is going to come back to you. And that's the one thing that I teach anyone who is new on their path is remember, whatever you practice, think, do is going to come back to you times 3. So if you want to work dark magic against somebody, have fun with that because I wouldn't want anything to do with that kind of karma. Now, when I say I practiced dark magic, that doesn't mean I did dark magic. I had to learn about it. I had to learn it because the dark side will tempt you. Absolutely it will, especially when you get mad at somebody. You're going to want to seek revenge, right? It is a normal human instinct. Just because I'm a soul of a witch does not mean I'm not human. I'm human. It's not like what you see on TV, guys. I'm not going to levitate. My feet aren't going to come off the ground. This isn't Buffy. I don't know if you guys ever watched Buffy. It doesn't work like how Willow did. It doesn't work that way. Hollywood's kind of made it tough for us because we've been depicted in such a way that, people are afraid. And people are afraid of what they don't know and what they don't understand. So, and in churches, certain faiths have practiced that, we worship the devil. No, we don't. We don't believe in the devil. What we believe is the devil was made up by man to scare them into falling in line and not being able to think for yourself. Now, you gotta remember, this is my channel. This is, what Spiritual Sunday is. So if you don't want to listen to this because you're Christian, then that's fine. Shut this shit off. I don't even know how you've made it this far because most people who are a diehard Christian wouldn't even entertain what I'm speaking of. I needed a sippy. Whew. So the devil. Let's chat a little bit because if you're a witch, what I'm saying is going to resonate with you. I know a lot of you are wondering, how do I know if I'm a witch? Well, I can't tell you that. Can I look at a photo and say, yep, that's a witch? Yes, I can. Because I look into the eyes, right? Or maybe you're a soul that's lost and unsure. Anyway, the devil. darkness lives in man. We have a choice. That is one thing we have. Whether you believe in God, one God, Jesus, Gaia, Hecate, the Hindus is Allah, whatever you believe. We all know and understand there is something greater than ourselves out there. I've seen it with my own eyes, and being a medium, I definitely know that there is death, or there is life after death. I've even helped a couple of you in the community. Yeah, you're probably watching this. I've helped you. Right? It's not my place to say. I will never ever, if I do a spirit reading or I give you a message that, is spirit related, I will never repeat what that message was. I will never tell anybody that I did. That is your story to tell, not mine. So the devil, see, I'm squirreling here. The devil was something that was made up by man to scare people into falling into line. And when Christianity came into effect about 2,000 years ago, they took over, everybody was pretty much pagan in a sense. They believed in more than one God, so on and so forth. C'est la vie, you guys, c'est la vie. They've had their time. It's time to take it back. But they needed to scare people. So they took a pagan god and made him into a devil. That would be Kerninos. And to scare people, to follow in line, pray to their God, pray that, you don't go to this dark place, and I'm not saying that what they did was right or wrong. That's up to them. And we all have free will. We all have free will. Doesn't matter what faith you follow, what you believe. We all have free will. So Kerninos was taken and he was made into some devil-like feature and people got afraid. Okay, so a lot of Christian holidays land right around the pagan calendar. Like Christmas is at Yule, Ostera, Easter, same thing. And as these Sabbaths come, I will explain each Sabbath. Like right now we have Membo, which is the autumn equinox coming up on the 23rd of this month. I will teach you guys a little bit about the autumn equinox, what we do, what it means to us, because we follow the cycles of the earth, Mother Nature, the cycles of the moon. Native Americans are very similar to witchcraft. They follow a lot of the same things. It's just do things a little bit differently. Now, does that make what Christians did bad? No. It's what they believed, and like I said earlier, we all have free will. Darkness resides in man, right? They can sit there and say, the devil made me do it, blah, blah, blah. That's fine. I miss my blue wax. Squirrel. I need to order more blue wax. I really like the blue wax. I don't have to top up my pen as much. So now I'm squirreling here. So darkness is in us. We believe that hell doesn't exist. Hell is this, what we're doing right now. We're living life can be tough because sometimes we make bad choices. We make bad decisions, right? And we haven't learned our lesson. So when we haven't learned our lesson, boom, the universe is going to come in. I need a sippy. The universe is going to come in and it's going to take over. And bad things are going to happen until you figure out the right path. And I can contest to that. Oh yeah. raise that, because man, I'm a total, bad crap just keeps happening until you're on the correct path. How do you know when you're on the right path? Bad shit ain't happening. Not necessarily it means you're getting bad karma. There's a difference between being on the right path. I'm going to flip pens here. Being on the right path and getting, universal smacks upside the head versus karma are two different things. How do you know the difference, you ask? You got to ask yourself, have you hurt anybody maliciously? And when I mean I hurt people, if you talked crap behind their back maliciously, fully knowing that what you're saying is not true, that will bring you karma. And karma can seep into people. It can seep into you, and then it'll seep into your friends, your loved ones, until you figure it out. I learned that myself as well. Very hard lesson to learn, let me tell you. It very much is a very hard lesson to learn. Like when you see that your karma is seeping into your family and bad things are happening to them because you refuse to admit your wrongdoings. And when you admit your wrongdoings, it doesn't mean you have to preach it. Doesn't mean you have to go on Facebook and write a novel and be like, I can't blah, blah, blah. No. Go out to the woods, sit down, and confess. Confess to the universe. And then whatever it is that you were doing, don't do it anymore. Just don't do it. And that's it. That's basically what I've done. You don't have to tell everybody your life story on Facebook. Some people do, and it's like, okay. There's a reason why I don't go on Facebook anymore. I only go on Facebook for the group, for the Vibetribe family Facebook group. That's it. It's the only reason why I go on Facebook. I very, very seldom post under myself. And it's just because I got tired of reading everybody's life stories all the time, and all the negativity. It's just too much. And I'm like, no, don't need that. I like Instagram way better. I look at photos. I know a lot of people don't even go on Facebook. That's why I'm glad I have my community tab on here, because I know a lot of people, like a lot of you, don't do Facebook anymore. Like you've either deleted your account, blah, blah, blah. So I know I've squirreled. Oh, I totally squirreled away from topic. We've already, basically the devil, we don't believe that he exists. We believe that evil is man and people make bad choices. You could be a tainted soul, which I know I've already talked about. If you're a tainted soul, you're going to do dark shit, right? Tainted souls have no conscience. They just don't. They can't even fake it. Like when someone's a tainted soul, they cannot fake emotion. Like people say, well, that person has no soul. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They wouldn't be walking and talking if they didn't have a soul. That is like the batteries. Your soul is the battery to the meat suit. This is a meat suit. The soul is the batteries that keeps the meat suit going. It's there, whether you're a tainted soul or not. And I said, tainted souls have no empathy. They have no conscience. Those are souls that don't get to rest in between lifetimes. They are instantly reborn. When they leave one body, they go to the next. And they don't get to rest. And the longer they do that, the more tainted they become. And then they become extreme dark. And those are where you get your serial killers, your rapists, those people. They're tainted souls. It drives me wild when I hear people say he has no soul. Oh, yes, they do. But I'm not going to sit there and preach, right? It is as a witch, it is a little bit of a pet peeve to hear it, but let people believe what they want to believe, right? And if anything I'm saying resonates with you in this, then you might possibly be of an earth faith, aka witch, somewhere along those lines. I know I've talked and people will be like, you know what, that just makes sense. Cool. I'm glad it makes sense. And people say, like, how do I know I'm a witch? Well, do you feel a yearning? Do you feel a pull? Do you feel like what you're doing and what you're following makes no sense to you? If so, you may be a witch. If you are a Christian and it makes sense to you and it feels right to you, great. Because I believe there are more than one God. People also pray to ascended masters like Jesus. I do believe in Jesus Christ. I absolutely 100% do. Do I believe in him the same as you guys? No, I don't. I don't. Or not you guys, but Christians. No, I don't believe in it the same. And I'm going to tell you guys what I mean by that right about now. So most witches believe that Jesus Christ was a very, very spiritual man who lived 2,000 years ago. He was a Reiki master where he could manipulate the energies of the earth. He was very much in tune with the earth. He was very, very spiritual. Do we believe he's the son of a god? No. We just believe that he was an ascended master, that he was, when the Christians crucified him, he wasn't quite dead. He went into the catacombs, used his Reiki energy to heal himself. 3 days later, or however long it took, he walked out. He walked out of the catacombs and went and lived his life with Mary Magdalene. That is what makes sense to us. Do I pray to him when I need to? Yes, I do. It's just in a different form or a different manner. It's what feels right to me. It's what makes sense to me. When I was little, I was forced to believe in something that made no sense to me. So I argued it. I fought it because I knew with every ounce of my being, it made no sense to me. So I fought it. Oh, give me a sec, folks. And I'm back. Kid had to come down and get something to eat. So he's all done eating. He's going to head back up to his room probably. I'm going to finish this up. I don't know really how much more I can explain to you how to know if you're a witch. It's a calling. It's a yearning within you. Like there's a void. And everything that you've practiced or been a part of just makes no sense. And you're not getting that void filled. Like there's still that intense void within you. So my best recommendation is when I was younger and I had that yearning, that calling, felt like something was tugging at me, I went to the local library, and that was 25 years ago, so there was no internet, there was none of that. I had to go to the library and read, and I got books and started reading, and it made sense. It's what felt right to me, and it's taken me 25 years to get where I'm at within my spirituality. Some Wiccans believe that there's initiations and levels you have to go, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense to me. Like sometimes I feel Wicca is a little too strict, and being spiritual, you're supposed to have room to grow, room to breathe. When you're spiritual, you take things as they come, one little thing at a time. And every full moon, I am not in full witch gear. I'm not casting a full big circle. Sometimes I could just be as simple as going out, looking up at the moon and talking to it, light a candle, put some tools out to cleanse them, and go about my business. You don't have to every full moon go and do something. It's like a rally. So to me, it's I'm a traditional witch, and what traditional witch means I follow the ways of the old traditions, where Wicca is more of the new age, and it was started in the 1950s by Gerald Gardner. To me, I find that a little bit too strict for my liking. I feel you should have room to breathe, but that's what feels right to them. And I will never judge them. It's just not for me. And I like the path that I'm on. I enjoy it. I get my void is filled. Do I practice hard? No. Do I have to? No. I do what feels right for me. I honor the Lord and the lady in as many ways as I can. You know, do I have an altar? In a sense, yes. My book units are a sense my altar. That's where I keep everything. When I need to cast a circle, yes, I have a table that I use, so on and so forth. So I hope this answered some of your guys' questions about how to know if you're a witch. I know there's a few of you that were wondering. That is the best way I can describe it. Sorry guys, I had to get up and see what my cats were doing. Again, they're being jerks. Ay. If it's not the man, the kid, it's the cats. Somebody's always bugging me for something. I know, hashtag mom life, right? It is what it is. So if you're wondering what painting I'm working on, this is the collab piece that I'm doing with Jeremy. This is the squirrel painting that is around for a limited time only. Once we're done our collab, these paintings will be gone. The link for it will be down below. You can use my code or Jeremy's code. Either or, it doesn't matter to me. And you can get your squirrel painting. I hope you guys enjoyed this session of Spiritual Sunday. I usually don't make super long videos, you guys, because then I'm, especially when I'm talking spirituality. For me, it's one of those things, you get your point out, you go, right? I don't want to sit here and ramble for an hour just so I have an hour-long video. You know, I'm one of those people, I don't know if I'll ever go, I may sometimes push the limit, and I may get close to an hour if it's a whip and chat or I'm just kind of bullshitting with you guys. As you can tell by my voice, the NyQuil has kicked in and I'm kind of getting a little sleepy. So I think I am going to go curl up on the couch. I'm going to go watch a movie with my man and just enjoy a rainy Sunday. It is raining like you wouldn't believe here. We almost had, I swear we had flooding. We almost had flooding. Like the storm drain couldn't keep up yesterday. It was like, whoa. You know, a good thing, like, you know, down below is just kind of a garage area. But no, we were good. Storm drain finally caught up. So on that note, you guys, I'm not going to sit here and ramble on. I hope this answered some of your questions. I do a 3-card reading in my Facebook group called My Diamond Art Addiction. I do it every Sunday in honor of Spiritual Sunday. I always keep the link down below in the description box to join the group. You just got to answer 3 questions. You know, how did you hear about the group? How long are you diamond painting? Will you follow? Blah, 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 blah. Answer the 3 questions. If you don't answer the questions, your request to join the group will be declined. So on that note, I hope you all have a wonderful Sunday. And I answered some questions. I'm going to bid you all farewell. Stay positive, live blessed, and until the next time, many, many blessings. Vibetribe. Bye, guys.